Have you ever wondered how farmers pick thousands of wheat plants in just one day? Today we're climbing aboard a combine harvester, a giant machine that's like having three farm tools working together at the same time. We'll follow the grain from the field into the truck, step inside the driver's cab, and see how this machine cuts, shakes, and sorts the grain. So here's the big mystery. How does one machine do the work that used to take dozens of people weeks to finish? Stick around until the end, because I'm going to tell you a mind-blowing fact about just how much grain one of these monsters can harvest in a single hour.
Welcome to Goalie's Pip Academy.
What actually is a combine harvester? It's a supersized farm machine that collects grain crops like wheat, corn, or barley and separates the good stuff we eat from the parts we don't need, all while rolling across the field. Now, let's follow a wheat plant on its journey. Picture a golden field with wheat plants swaying in the breeze. Each plant has a tall stem with a seed head at the top, packed with tiny grains of wheat. That's the part we want. But those grains are wrapped up tight inside a tough shell, and they're still attached to a long stalk. How do we get just the grain out? That's where our giant friend comes in. First, the combine harvester rolls up to the edge of the field. At the very front, there's a spinning part called the header. This thing is wide, sometimes as wide as a school bus. It has a spinning reel with metal fingers that gently pushes the wheat plants backward. Right below that reel, there's a super sharp blade that cuts the stalks near the ground. Slice, slice, slice. Thousands of plants get cut every minute. Once those wheat plants are cut, they slide backward into the belly of the machine. This is where the magic really starts. Inside the combine, there's a part called the threshing drum. Imagine a giant spinning cylinder covered in metal bars. As the wheat plants tumble against this drum, it beats them and shakes them. This knocks the precious grains loose from the seed heads. Pop quiz time! Question 1. How many farm jobs does a combine harvester do at the same time? Is it A, 1 job, B, 2 jobs, C, 3 jobs, or D, 4 jobs? Think about what we just learned. Cutting, threshing, separating. How many is that? The answer is C, 3 jobs.
Hey, you're watching Goalie's Pip Academy, where we teach about science, geography, history, everything about the whole world. If you want to watch these classes with no ads, no distractions, go to getgoalie.com.
That's why it's called a combine harvester. It combines cutting, threshing, and separating all into one machine. Now let's climb up into the cab and meet the person who controls this beast. The cab is that glass room sitting way up high at the front of the combine. You have to climb a ladder with about 10 steps just to get up there. Once you're inside, it's actually pretty comfortable. There's a big padded seat, air conditioning, and a radio to listen to music. From up in that cab, the farmer can see everything. They look out over the header in front, watching the wheat get cut. They've got mirrors and cameras showing what's happening on the sides and behind. And spread out in front of them is a dashboard with screens showing how much grain is in the tank, how fast they're going, and even GPS maps so they don't miss any spots in the field. But driving a combine harvester isn't like driving a car. These machines are huge. They can be as tall as a 2-story house and weigh as much as 10 elephants. Here's something you might not know. Farmers often harvest at night. Those combines have gigantic headlights, and you can see them glowing in the fields after dark. Round 2. Question 2. What helps the farmer see around the machine? A. Binoculars only. B. Mirrors and cameras. C. A telescope. D. A drone. The answer is B. Mirrors and cameras. Let's talk about some wow facts. The straw and chaff that get blown out the back? Farmers often leave it on the field where it breaks down and puts nutrients back into the soil. Nothing gets wasted on a smart farm. And here's the mind-blowing fact I promised. A modern combine harvester can harvest about 10 acres of wheat in 1 hour. An acre is roughly the size of a football field, so that's 10 football fields every single hour. If that wheat is turned into bread, 1 hour of harvesting can produce enough wheat to make about 70,000 loaves of bread. That's enough bread to feed a small town for weeks, all from 1 hour of one machine. Scientists and engineers are making combines even smarter. Some new models have sensors that can test the grain as it's being harvested. In the future, we might have fully self-driving combines that work without anyone in the cab at all. Final round. Question 3. About how many acres can a modern combine harvest in 1 hour? A. 1 acre. B. 5 acres. C. 10 acres. D. 50 acres. The answer is C, 10 acres. A modern combine harvester can harvest about 10 acres of wheat in 1 hour. So, let's recap. First, you now know that a combine harvester does 3 jobs at once. It cuts the plants, threshes them by beating the grain loose, and separates the grain from the junk. Second, you understand that the farmer drives from way up high in the cab using screens and controls. And third, you've learned that these machines can harvest enough wheat for 70,000 loaves of bread in just 1 hour. Now that you know about combine harvesters, look around you. If you're ever driving through the countryside in late summer or early fall, watch for those huge machines rolling across golden fields. And the next time you bite into a slice of bread or pour yourself a bowl of cereal, you can think about the incredible journey those grains took, from the field, through the combine, and eventually onto your plate. Here at Pip Academy, we love turning curious kids into knowledge superstars. If you enjoyed climbing aboard this grain-gathering giant today, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss our next adventure. This is Pip Academy, where learning feels like the best kind of adventure. Stay curious, stay awesome, and keep discovering the incredible world around you. See you next time.
My mind is blown! Where can I learn more about these videos? Oh yeah, GetGoalie.com. There's no ads, there's no junk, just cool stuff for kids and a dedicated tablet. Check it out, GetGoalie.com.